Hello.
Hello. Am I
Hello. You're in.
I didn't know I was. Hey, look.
Hey, look. And do you think I look a bit like what's that movie where they wear things like this and they fly? Top Gun.
You know what? With the aviators, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, you're seeing it. You're loving it. We're here.
I feel the need for speed. No, that's a different. I think that's a different Tom Cruise movie. That was Days of Thunder.
Oh, did they wear these and these? And
Permission for a flyby.
Oh my gosh, what happened to the camera? Hey, buddy. This story time. There's a few, but let's do. I want to do one that.
I had something in my nose.
In your nose?
Yeah, I had a tickle.
Well, we are driving around in the countryside, so there might be allergens.
Allergies.
You know? I feel like you're not in it as much as you should be. There we go. Really feature the old Zachary Barable.
This is from our sponsor, Pellegrino.
Thanks for sponsoring us, Pellegrino. Not really, but you know, feel free if you want to. Send us however much money that you like. Today, Vikram has asked, can we speak more about when I was a party princess?
I remember those days.
I went on Jimmy Kimmel years ago. Hands on the wheel, but that was. I did a snail impression. It went all something like this. Boy, I haven't done that for years. Yeah, so we spoke about my various animal impressions that I used to do all the time, apparently, and the jobs I did on my way to being an actress.
Yeah, the side hustle.
The side hustle.
Yeah, the grind.
The grind. One of the side hustles was being a party princess, because when I came to LA, did I do it in England? No. It was when I came to LA, and with my visa, so then, I think it's the same now, you come on, I always wonder what's going to be in these. Is it empty? We're driving past a lorry that has like holes in it, so you can see what's in it. Or would you call it a truck? Or would you call it a semi?
A semi. Look at the animals.
But it's empty.
Well, no, but I think that's what would be in there.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you can, you see it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what you would see if it were full.
Yeah, but it was empty. But like, it could be different types of animals.
Yes. This is true. We're gonna have a tough time fitting this into 13 minutes.
Hands on the wheel. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Let's get on with it.
Were you party princessing when we knew each other?
Yes. And this is so what I was gonna say is, when you said you don't know anything about it, well, it's not. You weren't. It's not. Oh my gosh! Look at that little tiny flag on that little handle on that semi. Boy, very distractible today. Yes, because Vikram had in the message when you were a hungover party princess, and I think I must have mentioned that on Jimmy Kimmel. And the reason I was hungover is because of you.
No, never.
Yes.
Never. What?
Yes, hello. Because we were starting to hang out and date, blah blah blah. And what we would do is I would come over to your place. No, here's how it would go. We'd meet for brunch, because I'll put the link up of the video, but it was when we were both waiting to see if the pilot that we shot together would get picked up, so we couldn't do any other auditions, we couldn't, we were just sort of waiting to see if we were about to be flown to, where was it?
North Carolina. We're going to go to Wilmington,
for 6 years.
Where they filmed Dawson's Creek in One Tree Hill. Yes.
Anyway, spoiler alert, it didn't get picked up. But we were waiting, so we ended up hanging out most days. One of us would be like, hey, do you want to grab brunch? Then we grabbed brunch, and then it would turn into lunch, and then it would turn into like chips and dip, El Compadre and Sunset.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Hashtag guacamole.
Hashtag guacamole. And then it would turn into, hey, do you want to come over for a glass of wine? And then, yeah, and then it would turn into a big hangover the next day. And the thing is, when you really like a boy or a girl, you maybe don't always act the most responsibly. So I was doing party princessing at the time because my visa was a performing visa. I couldn't do anything other than perform. So a party princess was technically performing, so I could do that job legally. The other job randomly I could do as with my visa that I got for acting was being a horse groom.
A horse groomer?
A horse groomer was like a loophole.
What is that? Like you just brush them?
Yeah, you go and
cut their hair.
You like muck out the stables, and which I mean, I'd be a fantastic
Is that where
horse
muck
groom.
about comes from? You always say, I'm gonna go muck about.
No, I think it just means get dirty.
Interesting that is a performance that the U.S. government considers that. It's like acting.
Party princess.
Party princess.
That makes sense, party princess, because you're performing for these kids.
I think it's.
But the groom is an interesting sidebar. Never did that, but I did look into it because there's a horse racing track.
Not far away?
Not far away.
Yeah, within an hour.
And I would have actually really enjoyed looking after those horses, but never did it. Anyway, but what I did do was party princessing. I wish that we were at home right now because I would show you my little folder that had all the instructions, had all the games. I did used to teach children as one of my jobs in England. I used to teach them how to sing and dance, which is hilarious because, I was terrible at it. I actually ended up getting fired from that job because I tried really hard, but I wasn't very good. We did the dance about something about riding on a horse, and this is horse themed apparently, the story time.
Well, you are an equestrian.
I am. Anyway, I didn't get fired because I wasn't very good. Well, actually I did. I got fired because I wasn't very good, but I didn't get fired because I didn't try. They just said, you have absolutely no authority with these children. And I said, yeah, you're right. I gave it a go for a good year, I think. But it was an after-school club type thing. And these parents paid a lot of money to send their children. So then when I came to LA, you get involved. I was in a group with like Brits in LA or something on Facebook.
Yeah,
and
Brits abroad.
Brits abroad, and you get in all these different chat rooms of like you swap advice, and Party Princess came up. I thought, oh my gosh, well perfect, I could do this. So I went along to the training and I got through the training, and then my first party I was dressed as Cinderella, and I remember driving there in Kevin the Kia, and it was somewhere on the outskirts of LA, and the family was so nice, and they had a piñata, and I'd never seen a piñata before. I didn't know what it was, didn't know how it worked. I was having so much fun with this piñata dressed as Cinderella with all these kids. They were so lovely, such a gorgeous family. It went really well. Did like little face painting. No, I didn't do face painting in that one. We just did games.
Get it straight.
And they were really nice, and I was not hungover, and it went great. So then my next one, I thought, oh well, I've got this down. Slightly embarrassing because you're driving, and I had like a little beauty spot, and then I had my like gown on, and then you have your wig on that sort of touches the ceiling of the car. Anyway, then my next one came after we had a special Friday night brunch, lunch, margarita, wine situation.
Yeah.
But I thought, oh, it's fine. The last one went really well. Date night, but were we dating? Not sure. Anyway, the next day I was struggling for sure, but I just thought, let's push through. Obviously,
Maybe a little dehydrated.
This is a side hustle. I was dehydrated. Anyway, I rock up. This family was not like the last family. It was in a very fancy area of town.
Beverly Hills.
And I can't remember if it was Beverly Hills, but it was really fancy. This huge
Granada
house.
Hills.
And I pull up, and they had got me as just a part of this party. And then they had a food truck, an ice cream van, a magician. They had a huge bouncy castle.
Wow.
They had a margarita station that made these frozen margaritas for the adults. Then they had this like crushed ice thing for the kids. It was like going to some sort of Oscars party.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know how old the kid was, like 4 or 5 or something. I mean, they were not going to remember this, and they must have spent thousands of dollars on this party. Hence me being there. Hello, perfect.
Yeah.
Part of me was like,
They
oh my
got
gosh,
you at
I'm
a
gonna
bargain.
they got me at such a bargain. This one, I want to say I was the Little Mermaid.
Oh,
I was either Cinderella or Little Mermaid, because they sort of choose which one they want. And whatever it was, I had this huge wig, and I got there and I just thought, oh my god, what have I done? Because I want to say you're there for like 3 hours. Anyway, so
this is morning, afternoon, must be.
Yeah, I think it was like 11:30.
Okay.
So you're there, and then they have the little sandwiches and their lunch, and then you go home. And the thing is, you're meant to have loads of games in your head, and I had my little folder with me, and then you drag along this really sad-looking suitcase. So I was humping this suitcase along, and my little flipping, I can't remember with like little clippy shoes on, this huge wig, hungover to heckery, and was like, oh, this can't be the house. Oh my gosh, this is the house. Balloons everywhere. I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to just slide under the radar here? Anyway, I get in and I have zero authority with these children. And I was like, hey, let's go and do a game. And they were like, we don't want to do a game. I was like, oh my gosh, you will do a game. And then the mom would look at me and I was like, oh, I mean, I am here as the party princess. Ariel says you should do a game. No one was listening to me. I ended up doing these games on my own, just hoping that some kid would like walk by and feel sorry for me. Then someone was there and I thought, oh my gosh, okay, well, let's do face paints because then I can sit down. So I sat down, tried to do these face paints, sort of forgot that I am zero artistic skills. So I was trying to do these butterflies and they were like, I want to be a tiger. I thought, oh my God, a tiger. Oh, how do I start? So I'd just do these random stripes and then they'd look in the mirror and cry. I mean, it was like some kind of sketch show. High risk. So I tried to do that for a while and all the time the mom was kept walking by and she just kept having more and more margaritas. So anyway, time goes on and all these very fancy children, probably in like Dolce and Gabbana kids dresses, were rolling up and had these like splatters of face paint all over them, and then their face painted face just looked so terrible and basic and bad, and it was all like runny and I couldn't figure out how to like make the consistency right, and oh my God, it was a nightmare. And then I got my little folder out. I was like, right, well, come on, let's find some games. And then I tried to do games, no one's listening to me, and then there was a bouncy castle and someone was like, I want to go on the bouncy castle. So this bouncy castle, I mean, I was like, I could vomit at any second. Let's go on the bouncy castle, what a great idea. So I got on this bouncy castle, except it was one of those where, first of all, you have to clamber up. You have to take your shoes off. So I had to take my shoes off, I had all chipped toenails. Get on this bouncy castle. But it was one of those where there was only a little opening for children. It was all like netted, you know, so they couldn't just fly out. And then there's a little tiny, almost like a mouse hole opening. So I was trying to get through this opening, and as I go through, my wig falls off and I push my body through and my wig sort of stays on the other side, but it was clipped in on so many places on the back, but this wig was huge, you know. So then my head gets caught back, so I'm like this, and then it's still clipped in the back of my head. So then I had to like on my back pull this wig through, maneuver it through, finally got it through, like tried to fix it again. These kids are just losing it laughing. Half of them are over with the magician, who's absolutely amazing. The other half are like by their moms, who are all getting wasted on this margarita station train. And there's me like trying to fix my wig. My makeup is just everywhere. I've got face paint all over my hands and I get face paint on my wig, and then I'm jumping up and down thinking I could vomit any second. And then these kids didn't even want to come in. So then I was like, no, come in. No, come in. They would not come in. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to try and get out of here. So then I tried to get out of here, like went wig first, tumbled down the little slide that way to get in. I thought, right, well, let's try some games again. Tried the games. Anyway, got to the end of the party, and I mean, the time just felt like it was going so slowly. And I packed up my stuff because it was, I don't know, 3:30 when I was meant to leave, or something, 2:30. And you know, you're packing up and it's about the time that they would sort of give you the tip if they were going to give you them. And my memory is slightly hazy because I think I blocked it out because I was just mortally embarrassed. But there was something about they just didn't say anything to me. So I said, thanks so much, you know, happy birthday, Matilda, whoever it was. And I was going, oh, a lot of people ask, are we actually going places on these story times? And yes, we are. We've just arrived at the post office.
And the line
oh my
is
gosh, look
mega.
at the line. Oh no. Anyway, so I pack up, and they just didn't really say anything to me. Pack up my little sad trundly suitcase, and then I'm going down the road to my car, and as I take my wig off and I just breathe a sigh of relief, packing up the car, like, oh my gosh, got through it. That was absolutely horrendous. I had no authority with these children. I thought I was prepared. I definitely wasn't, and I was for sure hungover, and that was a bad life decision. And then I was putting the the stuff in the car, and she just walks by and was like, she said something like, hey, best of luck with everything. I have a feeling you're gonna need it. Something like that. I know. So definitely didn't get away.
Yeah, now look at her.
Yeah, hungover on my own time. Are you hungover today? No.
We
Just had a
one-
glass of wine last
we had a
night.
glass
That's
of
all.
wine last night.
I know, but we don't really drink anymore that much.
That's true.
Anyway, that was my story of being a hungover party princess. That was the last time I was a party princess, but it made a great story for a chat show, and made a great story time for this. Moral of the story time: you know, drink responsibly. And hey, I still got paid, just didn't get a tip. Tried my best. Maybe that was the point that I was like, right, this isn't going to be part of my side hustle anymore.
And it wasn't. You didn't need a side hustle anymore. Your hustle was enough. You didn't need that order of side
I
hustle.
think the order of sides. Boy, struggling to know how to finish this one. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.